Everybody, please enjoy this exclusive featurette starring multiple stars from Oblivion the Final Tapes, including myself.
Oh hey, I didn't see you there. I was too busy reading my feminist literature. Pfft, traveling pants. Who could think of such a thing?
Oblivion has been one of the most insanely creative challenges, like the most insane creative challenge I think I've ever had. I've been writing for Oblivion for like, oh my gosh, like 3 years now.
Oblivion Part 1 and Part 2, they were found footage, analog horror, kind of giving Blair Witch Project. I think that it was really important for this movie to go a different route than the other Oblivion movies, and you're gonna get to see all the different styles, and it's gonna feel like a different kind of movie.
The whole Oblivion series is so good, and I think Clyde knows exactly what he wants to say with this series, and I think that that's really important for, any kind of artist.
When Clyde decided to do a Part 3, I was over the moon because I knew that the story had more to give.
We didn't even know if Oblivion the Final Tapes was even going to happen. When we had shot Oblivion Part 2, we kind of thought that that was going to be a wrap, but I'm so glad to say that that is not the case, because once I had rewatched the series and had some time to really think it over, I realized that there is so much potential still.
When I first got the script, I was really excited to see how it turned out because it is so unlike the other seasons.
Honestly, I really think people should watch the final tapes because you're going to be missing out on a big part of the story.
If you thought that the first 2 seasons were kind of like a one and done situation, we haven't even been started. I had a vision for this series. I literally knew which people to cast immediately when I started writing this.
When Clyde first asked me to be a part of the final Oblivion tapes, the first thing he asked me was, do you want to play a villain? And I was ecstatic.
When I first got casted, I didn't even audition. I got a phone call in the line of McDonald's and was asked if I could play the part.
I met him through a friend who was his cousin. I got very drunk in front of him, and he somehow decided that he wanted me in his film.
All of the actors in it are just beyond anything. They're amazing.
It was quite a challenge at first because I was like, oh my gosh, like I had never worked with half the cast, and also so many actors. That can be really daunting for me, especially as a director, so it's definitely a challenge, but I learned very quickly that I did not have to worry about that because the actors, the people that I got to work with, my helpers, my co-director Lex, we clicked, and it was so much fun. It was so much fun.
During the script read, it was so easy to just click with all these people, which is why I think I got such a good performance, was because, I had real good chemistry with everyone on set.
My first thoughts on the script was that it was so engaging and so well thought out and so inspiring for me because I felt like all the characters had super just interesting stuff about them, and it wasn't just like bland.
When I first read through the script, and I knew that I was going to be playing Eleanor, I was super excited. She was a very different character than I had ever played before.
When we did our first read-through, I thought I was in love with my character before, but I fell in love with my character after reading it. And it's really sad to have to put that, that's down now.
About 3 pages in, I turned to Clyde. And I had some questions about my character, and I went, so Clyde, is he gay? And he goes, yeah, he's gay. And I'm like, oh, cool. Knowing that little bit of subtext just really added to the character, gave me some insight on what I was trying to portray.
This has easily been the most challenging film I've ever made. We had a 13-person cast, and we took all of these people together, and we had like a 170-page script. we went up to a cabin, secluded, like in the middle of the woods by a river, and I was like, all right, let's make a movie. And everyone, for whatever reason, was just like, okay. Like, no one fought me on that.
It's gonna be gorgeous. Like, the location we were at was gorgeous. Being there was gorgeous. We were there when there was a lot of smoke, though, so it's kind of gloomy, but in a beautiful kind of way. You're gonna get to see a lot of that. It's very different from the other Oblivion movies.
Actually, filming was so much fun. Like, it was, that was, you know, spending 3 days in a cabin with like 20 people was super crazy.
My favorite part of filming was definitely like getting to know people. I went in only knowing like 2 or 3 people, and I came out with like a bunch of these new friends and these new experiences and these memories, and I'm really grateful that I got to be a part of that.
I loved working with everyone. The cameras were on me, and like the way they would like just stop us and like block everything out, telling us what emotions we could do differently. It was a professional setting.
Actually getting to film and, you know, be with people who cared so much about this series, including Clyde, obviously, was just such an incredible experience that I truly will remember for a long, long time.
I would say overall it was a lot of fun.
Working with people and getting to meet all these wonderful people and professionally making this movie was so much fun.
Getting to work with Clyde was absolutely incredible. I just adore him.
I had never seen anyone so engaged and so passionate in what they were doing. You could tell that this is Clyde's passion.
He stayed consistently warm and kind, and I think as a director, that is such a big thing to have, and I think it'll help him in the future. It really counts on if you have a kind, understanding, patient director, and that's what you get with Clyde, even if you don't always get it with me.
And of course, like, Clyde would crack a joke here and there, but I had never felt more professional and more like seen as an actor instead of just like, oh, it's for fun. Like, it felt like a job, and I loved it.
Oblivion: The Final Tapes is so ambitious. So many characters, so many things happening, very intense, very dramatic. It's an incredible experience, and I needed a lot of help with that, and my cast provided the comfort as well as the professionalism that I was seeking out. It was such a declarative moment for me in my career that this is what I want to do. I truly think that this is my best work, and the writing, the directing, the acting, oh my gosh, it could not have been possible without my amazing cast, and I think we really created something special. It's a true love letter to Oblivion, and I cannot wait for everyone to see it. I sound like a broken record player, but I can't wait for everyone to see this. It's gonna be so fun. It turned out so good. It's so scary. It's so dramatic. It's so emotional and thrilling. It's everything I could have ever wanted.
And Clyde did great directing on set. You know, I couldn't have asked for a better director. And I really appreciate being part of this process. I really like the way that it turned out. I think it is beautifully done.
I am really excited for this movie, and I hope anyone who watches it enjoys all of our characters, because we got some good actors here, and I hope I serve this character justice.
Love you.
I'm gonna be on the edge of my seat till it comes out, so you should be too. I really love this movie, and I hope you guys check it out.
Thank you so much for watching this series, and thank you so much for all of the kind comments, because your guys' love has pushed me beyond limits to make this happen. And I cannot wait to see what's next for me, and I just really hope that you guys are gonna love this as much as I do. Tape 1, Secrets, does come out on February 1st at midnight. I just can't wait to see everyone, and I hope to see everybody there.